I want to discuss emotional intelligence. That is the most required term in our life. When we talk about emotional intelligence, it helps in changing our perspective about life. It doesn't mean that we are expert in emotional intelligence, but that's the process. What we want to develop in our life, we should talk about it. If we talk about problems, only problems, we will be just getting entangled on those problems. We will get lost in those problems, and we will, as a result, nourish anxiety and depression. So everybody now and then might face anxiety in their life. There are problems in our life. There are people who might behave awkwardly or rudely with you. There are people who might be dishonest or arrogant, or they might shout at you. The one thing is to, if we generally go into anxiety, what we have to practice is mindfulness. Mindfulness practice in general is about concentrating your mind on your breath, on the psychic centers, uh, or any other object in the nature, like a tree, a flower, or what you are seeing some colors. Just focus your mind on some color. You're seeing a red flower, study its colors. And you're seeing darkness, like it is night, and there is no darkness all around. See the darkness. Acknowledge what there is going on outside you in your external world. Acknowledge it. These are some techniques of mindfulness. Mindfulness, other thing is uh, suggestion of relaxation to yourself. Lie down and suggest your mind to be get relaxed. Body and mind relaxation. I am getting relaxed. My whole body is relaxed. Relax your body, relax your mind. Give such suggestions to yourself. Now this will develop the power of mindfulness. Now we have to practice this mindfulness with people, with circumstances. Something is happening, just try to watch it. Just try to be a witness of what is happening. Because when we become a witness of what is happening, we can actually truly see the situation. When we get influenced emotionally by a situation, whether we like it, or whether we dislike it, when these feelings of like and dislike overcome in our consciousness, then we are not able to see the situations or people in the right aspect, right manner. And we cannot even, our mind is not at that time, if we are not at peace, our mind is not in a state that it can evaluate things properly. Like somebody is shouting, or now if we are getting influenced by that shout, we cannot see the person properly. We can actually see it in many ways. A person is getting angry, we can see that person in many ways. we can have compassion for that person. When we see that anger, it is a emotional disorder. Today, psychology has given every behavior, every wrong behavior as emotional disorder. You might have heard of the term NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. So that's a very nice strategy to seeing a person, that the person is going through some emotional disorder. It gives us the perspective that I should not go through this emotional disorder. I should balance my mind. Because, and we can also see that that person who is facing that anger issues, if we react at the same time, we will create anxiety in ourselves, and we can also enhance that situation. We can get into a conflict. So if we are silent watcher, we can actually remain silent, don't speak, don't react. So we should develop, in Preksha meditation there is a term known as pratikriya virati, don't react. Actually we have the habit of giving reaction to everything very frequently, whether it is needed or not needed. We feel that it is necessary. Even if it is necessary, we shouldn't instantly react to anything. Actually, in some situations, we should not react, to actually study what's happening, to actually ponder over it, to how to react over that situation. Because our reaction actually doesn't always solve the problem. We have been reacting from years and years, and nothing has changed in life. Same things are happening again and again. Daily they are happening in our life. So it's not that if we are not, if we will not react, there something disaster will happen. If it happens, it will happen even if we respond, even if we react. So our reaction, non-reactive behavior, this is also a part of mindfulness. To not react, just be a neutral watcher, just be mindful. And another thing is, we see that person as a person, not an angry person, just as a person. Okay? It's a normal person, and it's normal to get angry. People generally are not always angry. We should also understand it that anybody is not every time angry. So there is some reason that a person gets angry. That reason could be right, that reason could be wrong, but everybody has a reason. Uh, there could be a reason that a person is actually already having some anxiety issues due to some other circumstance. The reason could be that person has some desires, and when something becomes obstacle in their desires, they cannot tolerate it, so they might get angry. So everybody has some reason behind their anger. That reason could be right, could be wrong, but for that person that reason at that time, that person feels that reason is very right. So we have to become a healer, self healer, one who heals itself, he heals others. So self healing is very important. Our main purpose is self healing. We don't have to live a life of anxiety and depression. And if we keep on thinking that someday all the problems will resolve and then I will overcome anxiety and depression, it is not ever going to happen. Even if it happens, as a there's a small chance, but even if it happens, there's no guarantee that if you don't get into anxiety and depression on small issues, big problems might go away. But there are small issues every time in life. You are driving, there are issues. There are issues regarding your own mindset, even if there everything outside is right. So we should practice this mindfulness. And a regular practice, what will happen with regular practice? Emotional health. It doesn't mean that you will never get anxiety or depression, or you will never uh, feel angry or sad. But when you are angry, when you are sad, when you are in anxiety and depression, your response at that time might change. A person is in anxiety and depression might become rude, might become violent. So that response will slowly keep on changing. That's a progress in our emotional health. If we so we should Our goals should be very right to goals. The goals which we can achieve. Our goals should be such that we can achieve them. Impossible goals, if we keep impossible goals, then we feel let down. Then we feel disappointed that, oh, I practiced mindfulness, but I didn't overcome my emotional disorders. So we have to set small goals and see the instant results. Even if that result of mindfulness is for short term, it actually will somehow enhance your emotional health. It might enhance in some way that you will get into some sadness, you will feel sad, but you can then overcome it very speedily. You can recover. For days and days, they don't talk to anybody. They sometimes this sometimes becomes showing anger with silence. It is termed as gaslighting, narcissistic personality. It is actually the intensity of anger of that person. So when we practice mindfulness, this intensity of our anger it reduces. Our tolerance power increases. So it's very important to practice mindfulness to maintain emotional health, to maintain our peace of mind, to maintain harmony in our mind. Because whatever we create in our mind, it radiates in our surroundings. Like other, if a person is angry, anger radiates in his personality, in his expressions. A person who is angry might not say anything bad, but whole behavior, personality, expressions, they radiate that anger energy through their personality. Same way, if we develop peace in our mind, that peace will radiate through us in our surroundings. A smile, if you bring a smile on your face, we can see the magic of smile. A small smile changes our own emotional quality. It brings happiness, it brings peace in our mind. And for other person also, our smile brings happiness. So we can see that our emotions, they also affect our own internal system, our feelings, and also they radiate that aroma in the outside world also. Om Arham, Om Arham, Om Arham.